The average American keeps a car for about 12 years. Not because cars can't last longer, but most owners give up too early. Toyota designs vehicles to run well past 500,000 or more, yet many never even reach half of that because maintenance is rushed, skipped, or done wrong. This is why in this video, I'll share with you a complete breakdown of how to make your car last over 20 years without major repairs. No tricks, additives, or expensive upgrades, just honest advice from my years of workshop experience. Habit number 1. Change your engine oil at the right time. I've been around Toyotas for a long time, and if there's one mistake that destroys engines faster than anything else, it's skipping oil changes. Oil is what keeps an engine alive. It reduces friction, keeps temperatures under control, and protects the moving parts inside. Once that oil gets old, thick, or dirty, it stops protecting. That's when the damage begins. Metal parts grinding together, heat building up, and components wearing out way earlier than they should. I've personally seen engines that could have lasted years end up finished just because the owner missed a few oil changes. The simple truth is, this is one of the easiest things you can stay ahead of. Most Toyotas need an oil change every 5,000 or 6 months, but always check your owner's manual for the right schedule. Pay attention too. If the engine sounds louder than usual, the oil looks dark and gritty, or the dashboard oil light comes on, don't wait. And yes, you can handle it yourself. With a wrench, a drain pan, a pair of gloves, and half an hour, you can change your oil for $30 to $60. Compare that to a $4,000 repair bill for an engine that failed, and the choice is obvious. Habit number 2. Regular coolant flush. If you're aiming for 20 years, coolant is one of those things you can't afford to ignore. Most modern Toyotas use the pink coolant, while older models often had red, but the schedule is the same. Change it every 50,000 miles or about every 5 years. A lot of people stretch it way longer, sometimes to 100,000 miles or more, but that's when problems start showing up. Coolant doesn't just get weaker over time, it actually turns acidic. Once that happens, it slowly starts eating away at the inside of your engine. Seals wear out, metal parts begin to corrode, and in Toyotas, the water pump is usually the first to give up. That means leaks, noisy bearings, or even overheating. Leave it long enough and things get worse. Acidic coolant can damage the coolant passages, letting fluid seep outside the engine or even into the combustion chamber. That's when you'll see misfires, error codes, white smoke, and repairs that cost way more than a routine fluid change. Hybrids have the same risk with their inverter coolant. Skip a simple change, and you could be looking at a damaged inverter which isn't cheap to replace. Regular coolant changes may not sound exciting, but they're one of the easiest ways to keep your Toyota's engine and cooling system healthy for the long run. Habit number 3. Clean your battery terminals. Turning the key and hearing nothing is one of the worst feelings, especially when you're in a rush. Most people assume the battery's dead, but often the real problem is right there on top, the white or bluish buildup on the battery terminals. That's corrosion, and while it doesn't look like much, it blocks the connection and keeps power from reaching the starter. Leave it alone long enough, and you'll end up stranded with what seems like a dead battery. Replacing one can run over $250, and if you need a tow, that number climbs even higher. The fix couldn't be simpler. Pop the hood, grab a $5 wire brush, and scrub the terminals clean. No special tools, no shop visit, just 5 minutes in your driveway. I always recommend doing this twice a year, once in the spring and again in the fall. It's cheap, easy, and it prevents a ton of headaches. I've seen far too many drivers stuck on the side of the road because of something this simple. Don't let that be you. Habit number 4. Keep your MAF sensor clean. A rough idle, poor gas mileage, or sluggish acceleration in Toyotas is often traced to the mass airflow sensor, or MAF. This small part sits right after the air filter and tells the computer how much air is coming in so it can inject the right amount of fuel. When dust or oil from the filter coats its tiny wires, the readings go off. That's when you'll notice hesitation, stalling, or a check engine light with codes like P0100 to P0104. I've seen plenty of Camrys and Corollas roll in with owners worried about major fuel problems, and the fix was nothing more than a dirty MAF. Cleaning it is simple. Remove the sensor, spray it with a proper MAF cleaner, not carb or brake cleaner. Let it dry and put it back. 5 minutes of work, and the car runs like new again. Do this every 20,000 to 30,000 miles, and you'll keep performance sharp, fuel economy steady, and avoid spending hundreds on avoidable repairs. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Habit number 5. Don't overlook the PCV valve. The PCV valve, or positive crankcase ventilation valve, is one of those tiny parts that doesn't get much attention until it starts causing problems. Its job is simple, but important. It helps your engine breathe by releasing built-up pressure inside the crankcase and sending harmful gases back through the intake so they can be burned off. When it's working, you never even notice it. When it gets clogged, that's when trouble begins. I've seen Toyotas come in with rough idle higher oil consumption and even thick engine sludge, all traced back to a bad PCV valve. Once pressure builds up, oil leaks can start, seals wear out faster, and the engine just doesn't run as smoothly as it should. The good news is that this fix is as easy as it gets. Pull the valve and give it a shake. If it rattles, it's fine. If it doesn't, it's time for a new one. Most PCV valves cost only a few bucks and take minutes to replace. For Toyotas, it's smart to check it every 10,000 to 15,000 miles and replace it around 50,000. It's one of the cheapest ways to keep your Toyota's engine clean, efficient, and running strong, well past the big mileage numbers. Habit number 6. Don't forget your spark plugs. Spark plugs are a critical part for keeping your Toyota running smoothly. They're not a fluid you top up, but they deserve the same attention because without them, your engine simply won't fire the way it should. I see two common mistakes with spark plugs: changing them too early or using the wrong ones. Both can cause more harm than good. On most Toyotas, spark plugs are designed to last a long time, about 120,000 miles before they need replacing. But some engines, like the 2G RFKS V6 used in Camrys, Highlanders, and Tacomas, call for new plugs at 60,000 miles. That's why checking your service manual or the underhood sticker is so important. When it's time, always use the exact plugs your Toyota came with. Same brand, same part number. I've seen plenty of drivers try to save a little money with cheaper aftermarket plugs, only to come back later with rough-running engines or check engine lights. For something you only change every 60,000 to 120,000 miles, it's not worth the risk. OEM plugs cost a bit more, but they fit and perform exactly as Toyota intended. There's another tip that gets overlooked. If your Toyota is 10 years old or more, don't wait until the mileage limit to check the plugs. Spark plugs can seize in aluminum cylinder heads if they sit untouched for too long. I've seen plugs snap clean off after 15 years because they were never removed. A quick inspection now can save you from a very expensive repair later. Keep it simple. Replace your spark plugs at the right interval. Habit number 7. Don't forget the air filter. Your Toyota needs to breathe just like you do, and the air filter is what makes that possible. It keeps out dust, dirt, bugs, and other debris before the air enters the engine. When the filter is clean, the engine gets the right amount of fresh air, burns fuel more efficiently, and runs more smoothly. But when it's clogged, the engine has to struggle for air, which means worse gas mileage, weaker performance, and, if ignored long enough, even long-term engine wear. I've seen plenty of Toyotas come in with drivers worried about sluggish acceleration or poor fuel economy, only to find the air filter was packed with dirt. Replacing it made the car feel brand new again. The best part is that this is one of the easiest jobs you can do yourself. Most Toyota air filters are designed to be swapped without tools. Just pop open the airbox, slide the old one out, and put the new one in. It takes minutes and costs very little. For most models, changing the filter every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, or about once a year, keeps everything in check. Always check your owner's manual for the exact interval, since some engines may vary. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference. A clean air filter keeps your Toyota running smoothly, saves money at the pump, and helps your engine stay strong for the long haul. Habit number 8. Most importantly, always use genuine Toyota parts. If you want your Toyota to last well past the big mileage numbers, the parts you use matter just as much as the maintenance you do. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Toyotas come into the shop with problems caused by cheap aftermarket parts. On the surface, they look the same and even fit the same. But when it comes to performance and durability, they often fall short. And when they fail, the repair bill can be a lot bigger than what you saved up front. Genuine Toyota parts are built for your car specifically. That means the fit is exact, the performance is consistent, and the lifespan is longer. Whether it's spark plugs, sensors, filters, or even something small like a clip or hose, OEM Toyota parts are engineered to the same standard as the ones your car rolled out of the factory with. They've been tested, backed by Toyota, and designed to protect your engine and systems for the long haul. Yes, they cost more than aftermarket options, but they pay for themselves by preventing repeat repairs, poor performance, and the kind of damage that happens when low-quality parts don't do their job. If your goal is to push your Toyota for decades, cutting corners on parts is the last thing you want to do. I remember a Camry owner once brought his car in with a ticking noise that only showed up on cold starts. The mileage was low and the service history looked perfect, so it didn't add up at first. The issue traced back to a cheap aftermarket oil filter used at his last oil change. It fit, but the internal valve didn't hold oil overnight. Every cold start meant a few seconds of metal-on-metal contact. By the time he came in, the bearings were already worn. What should have been a simple $60 oil change turned into a $3,800 engine repair, all to save about $10 on a filter. This is why I always recommend my friend to use genuine parts. They might look expensive, but they do the work in the long term. If you're enjoying this video, consider watching the next one, where I'm guiding Toyota owners with my honest experience to cut breakdown cost.